What's happening, guys? My name is Bharat Nagpal for iGyaan.in, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new Karbonn A9 Android smartphone. Now, as you can see, this is a very slim smartphone which runs Android Gingerbread, and it's been recently launched in India for a price of about 9,500 rupees. Great device from Karbonn, very sleek, very slim, well-built device from Karbonn, and we're going to be getting into the full review of this device. So let's start off with the build quality. Very impressive build quality from Karbonn. The back cover, the overall edges of the device, very robust construction. There are no loose parts, no shaking or rattling from the device. In fact, it feels really good in the hand, very solid. And the device is extremely sleek. As you can see, it's a very slim device. It's packed with a lot of nice features, and let's take an overview of the outside of the device. So on the front over here, you do have a front-facing VGA camera, and you have the earpiece over here. Some sensors on the top, not identified yet. Below that, you have a 3.8-inch 480 by 800 pixel resolution display. This is a capacitive touchscreen display, and you do have 4 touch capacitive buttons at the bottom: the menu, the home button, menu button, back button, and the search button. You do have a microphone hole at the bottom of the device. On the right hand side, you have the micro USB charging data syncing port. On the top, the power lock and unlock button, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the left hand side, you have the volume rocker. On the back, you have a 5-megapixel autofocus camera that does do decent image capture, and I'll put some of those images once we are in the camera review section. You'll also have LED light. You can also see the LED light over here, which can be used for flash or flashlight, and you have the loudspeaker, which is over here. Really nice back cover. It's got the shiny white plastic, but it's not very fingerprint friendly, so it's a nice white color, glossy, and really nice build quality from the device. Let me quickly pop the back cover. Once you pop the back cover, you can see the insides of the device. You have a really nice battery pack. You have a 1600 mAh battery pack, dual SIM card slots. One is a 3G CDMA. Sorry, it's a 3G WCDMA GSM SIM card, and one is a GSM 2G SIM card. You have a micro SD card compartment which supports up to 32 gigabytes of a micro SD card. So that's the quick outlook of the device. Let's quickly go ahead and power it on, and while it's powering on, I'll talk a little bit about you can see this bit of dodginess. You have the ICS loading screen. So let's talk about the inbuilt hardware. We have a 1 GHz processor inside the Karbonn A9, and we also have 1 GB of inbuilt storage. You can expand it up to 32 GB using the micro SD card compartment. You can insert a micro SD card with 32 GB capacity in there. RAM information is unfortunately not available, so we are expecting it to be somewhere between 256 and 512. And if I do get that information by the time we are uploading this video, we'll put it at the bottom of the video, and you'll be able to see it there. This device is running Android 2.3.6, I believe, and I'm going to quickly show you that once I get into the settings panel over here. Get into About Phone, and it's running Android 2.3.6, but a promise from Karbonn that it will be upgraded to ICS. Not too reliable on that information, but hopefully it will be. They do have a lot of ICS features in there, like the front loading screen. The initial boot up logo animation is an ICS animation, and you do have the ICS live wallpaper running in the background. If you guys can see that, let me go to an empty post. So this is the ICS live wallpaper running in the background. Let's take a quick look at the interface. You do have the quick launch buttons in the notification panel, so Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, data, all those things. Your SIM cards will all show here. This is a dual SIM standby phone, and one SIM is 3G, one SIM is 2G. So that is something that you need to know beforehand. You can't have both 3G SIMs running at the same time, and only one slot supports it, unlike Samsung phones. So you can't switch while the phone is on. You'll have to switch by turning off the phone. You do have all the latest Google features, like the Google Play Store is installed, so you can get all the latest apps, and the latest version of Google Maps and YouTube and all that will be available on your device. So that's fairly good. Let's quickly jump into the cameras. One of the greatest features of this device is that 5-megapixel autofocus camera, which is it's really fast and snappy camera, and it almost instantly clicks an image. You do have autofocus on it, so it will focus before clicking an image. I will put some sample images from this camera is on the full review page on iGyaan.in, so you can go to that. You do have a bunch of settings over here, so you can choose your focus modes, your scene modes, the picture size, the picture quality, all those things from here. And again, flash modes, zoom is also there in this, which is digital zoom. You can switch to the front facing camera as well, which is fairly decent. It's a VGA camera. It's a little choppy, not too great, but you can use it for video calling as well as Skype and VoIP services that are on the device, or that you can download from the Google Play Store. So that's something that you need to look at. The touchscreen is fairly responsive. In fact, it's quite responsive to the touch. Very smooth and fluid interface when it comes to that. Quickly jumping into the browser, I'm going to quickly load up iGyaan.in so that you see the kind of browser capabilities on this. It's a fairly fast browser, fairly quick to load websites, and iGyaan is a fairly image heavy website, so it loads up the website without a lot of lag. And you can see that it's loading up the full website here. You'll see now that once it's done loading, kinetic scrolling has improved considerably. You can also pinch to zoom in, which is really fluid for a phone of this value. Very fluid pinch and zoom. You can also switch from portrait to landscape, and you'll see that the switch is almost instantaneous, and it's got this slight animation when it switches from portrait to landscape. It's got this really nice animation effect, and that kind of works well for the device. You also have a Karbonn smart browser which is included on the device, which works well. So when you tab on it, you can go to the Karbonn smart browser, which is actually powered by iBrowser. So that's also a fairly decent browser. If you'll see that it's actually a little faster than the standard browser, but honestly I prefer the standard browser to this one. So you can look at the Karbonn smart browser as well. Again, pinch to zoom in, and that works well. Scrolling works well, but it doesn't have a lot of features on the top, and I don't like the way it looks, but it is a bit faster than the standard browser. You do have a bunch of other options like go to full screen, add bookmarks and all of that. You also have something which is called night mode, so it dims the light a little bit. It is powered by iBrowser, but this is what Karbonn calls their smart browser. I'll also quickly go into YouTube and stream a video for you guys, and it's right here. Now, very impressed with the display quality on this. You do have a sort of fading out of colors with extreme viewing angles, but overall color reproduction on the screen is really nice. Very impressive display from Karbonn on the A9, and video streaming is really smooth. Audio quality is loud and clear, so very impressive in terms of multimedia playback. You'll enjoy listening to music on this, watching videos on this. The screen is just great for color reproduction, and as the resolution you can see is pretty crisp. So for a price of about 10,000 rupees, we are happy with the resolution. We're happy with the color reproduction on the screen. Very impressive. And the fact that the audio is also great. You'll enjoy watching videos on this without attaching speakers. So that's an impressive feat to achieve. Very difficult to impress me with all the features in that. And Karbonn has actually done that. Video playback is fluid. You can scroll through the video and watch it without any problems. And you'll enjoy it on this device. I'm also going to play a quick bunch of games. So Angry Birds Space is one game which works really well on this. So you'll see that games like Angry Birds, basic arcade games run well on this. You do have games like Temple Run that also work great on this, and I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of that as well. So you'll see that most games will run properly on this. You do have a recent task list which is over here. So all your recently run applications will also show if you hold down on the home button. So standard Android features will work without any issues or problems. I'm going to quickly run a benchmark for you guys. So the first thing I'm going to do is run a quadrant standard benchmark score so that you can see what the device performs like in the benchmark result. So you can see the result is over here, and our device is actually at the bottom, 1509 on the quadrant benchmark result. It's actually at the bottom most over here. 1509 on the top is the 1X, and compared to that we have a score of 1509, which is not bad actually if you think about it. The device is only 9,500 rupees in the market, and in terms of performance it's fairly good, but according to benchmarks it's not the highest ranked, which is fine by us honestly. I'm also going to quickly run a Nina Mark II test to quickly check out the frames per second. So Nina Mark II says 19.3 frames per second, which is again an okay score, not too impressive, not too bad from the device. In terms of usage, the device is fairly fast, fairly fluid. It does tend to lag up a bit after you've run a lot of applications, and you can possibly download a task manager of sorts to control that. The fact that you can change your SIM cards while you're in the dialer is not a real option, because once you have to select your SIM card and then you have to choose per card. So you can go call card 1, call card 2, and then you can redial using that. And once you do hold down on a recently called number, you can actually decide which SIM card to use to call that person. So that's a good feature. You can see the dialer is fairly crisp. You do have a standard, very standard keyboard on this, not been customized at all. I will go into the keyboard. You'll see that it's a very standard Android keyboard. You can replace this with many other keyboards available in the Google Play Store, so you can choose that. But what I really like is the send buttons at the bottom, so you can choose which card to send the SMS by, which can come in really handy. So if you want to send it with card 1, you can send it with card 2. That's an option in the SMS panel itself. You of course do have the standard Android features like voice to text, and quick smiley buttons are here as well. So there you go guys, this was an in-depth review of the Karbonn A9. Very slim, sleek device, exceptionally good looking. It actually justifies the price for which it is available. It's a very nice looking phone. You won't be able to guess that it's only for 9,000 rupees. Fairly fast and fluid. You do have dual SIM support, which is an added feature. You do have Android 2.3 with an upgrade to Android 4 coming soon as a promise. I'm not too sure about that. Camera is very good in terms of picture clicking capabilities. Video is so-so, and we'll have a video sample on our website as well. All in all, for 9,500 rupees, it's a good phone. We also know that Spice is coming out with a MI 425 release soon, so that could be a good competition to this device, and we'll talk about that as well soon enough. So until that comes out, this device seems to be a good option. It's fairly slim. I really like the build quality. It really feels good in the hand. Very impressed with the Karbonn A9. It's a definite thumbs up if you have about 9 to 10,000 rupees to spend in the market. A 1 GHz processor, 1 GB of internal storage, 5 megapixel camera, overall fluid interface, and once it does get ICS, we think it'll be a better device than what it is currently. So head on to the full review on iGyaan. The link is in the description below. Check out our ratings and our final verdict on the iGyaan website, and you can compare it with similar phones in the similar price bracket. We are upgrading our website as and when it goes along, so you'll be able to see more and more options, and you'll be able to see the full spec list, images, sample video, everything on the iGyaan page. So go check that out for sure. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to us on youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV. If you have any questions or queries, you can post them on the iGyaan page or in the comment section below. You can also catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. The links to those are on the video right now or in the description below. For more unboxing videos, reviews, tutorials, log on to iGyaan.in. And until I see you next time, guys, this has been Bharat Nagpal for iGyaan Networks. Thank you guys for watching.